In this video, we're going to have a little fun. We have two images here, and we're going to manipulate these images, and I'm going to show you how you can actually compose, make a composition in InDesign, much like you can do in Photoshop. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this image of this vase right here, this vase. Anyway, we're going to take this, select this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go up to Object. We're going to drop down to where it says Clipping Path. Well, actually, let's see. Let's select it with the selection tool. All right, we're going to go up to Object, drop down to Clipping Path. We'll say Clipping Path Options. Then we'll say Photoshop Path. All right, and you can see there's a path that's already there, so we've actually selected that path. Great. Now, the next up we're going to do is we're going to select the image behind it. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take back the opacity, maybe bring that back to about 43, maybe 50%. So let's type in 50% right here. Okay, 50%. All right, so we have it at 50%. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the gradient feather tool, and we're going to feather out the background to none. In other words, we want to make it go from solid to nothing toward the bottom. Put a finger on the Shift key, click somewhere in the middle, click, Shift, click, and then drag down, and you'll notice we can feather it out to nothing. Now we're going to come back to the vase, and then we're going to open it up in Photoshop. So that's Option Command, and you double click, or Control Alt if you're on the PC, and you will open. Oops, wrong one. We need to open up the other one. Come here. All right. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this image and we're going to convert it to, right now it's in the RGB color space. We're going to convert it to grayscale. We'll discard all the color. All right. And then we will save it. All right. And then we will come back to our InDesign doc. All right. Make sure that the transition was made. So we'll go over to links. Everything is clean, so that means it was updated. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually, because we converted it to grayscale, we can actually change the color. So right now I'm going to make this thing maybe blue, or I can go into the color palette, select the CMYK, and then maybe I can make it like a brown, dark brown. So you can see it picked up the colors here. And then lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a shadow effect. So now you can see what I can do now is, and then we'll preview this, and you can see that you can actually create a composition in InDesign. You know, it's like a InDesign hack, but you can do it very easily in InDesign without having to go into Photoshop. And this is what they call non-destructive. In other words, your Photoshop images will remain intact. You're making all these modifications in InDesign. And we can preview it, let's say, in the display performance. We'll do it in the high quality mode so we can see what it looks like. And it's much sharper. Okay, so that's how we can manipulate, and we can manipulate images and create composed images right in InDesign.